also have a tumultuous relationship with your
No. I don't have a tumultuous relationship with them. I just like to let them know sometimes when they're doing the most. But to be honest, 99.9% of the time, the barbs are right.
Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Don't drop no fucking bomb behind some shit.
So, now.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. So when we spoke, one of the things we wanted to clear up, the Barbs really hate Joe Budden. I love reading these tweets. Joe Budden.
The therapist says that no matter the hate, it's always my job to lead with compassion. That's what the therapist tells me. So.
Okay. Well, listen to this.
I'll comment that with marinade for a second.
First of all, one of the things we're going to address with Joe Budden is the amount of times that he has called me a liar about stuff that I wasn't lying about.
Drop the bomb.
And I said the other day when I spoke to you, I said, I'm a lot of things, but liar is not one of them.
Hit the bomb, please.
For the most part, I love to tell exactly what happened. And that's actually why a lot of times I don't speak on things.
Okay.
Because I don't like speaking on things if I can't speak on things thoroughly.
You dick eating.
So, my thing is, one of the things you recently said was...
Give it to me.
Was that... You said on your show, you guys said that, I know Nicki, she's a businesswoman. She didn't do that live if she didn't already have that record done.
Okay.
The Hot Girl Summer record done.
Yeah,
right?
We definitely said that.
And I said, well, I clearly said, you guys, I didn't have a clue about it. I was on live discussing the Mega... Ooh, what's also interesting, Boof, is today I have to pick the Megatron winners.
Yes, you do.
Child. Please make sure I don't forget, Boof. And let me ask y'all something. What makes you think that was a planned live and that we already had a song done and that was bad, Wicked Witch from the West, Nicki, planning stuff and being calculated and stuff? I really want to know. Tell me.
I don't think we said it in a negative way. I think we said it was good marketing.
Yeah, no, I don't think you guys...
I thought it was a great rollout for a record.
I don't think you guys said it in a negative way. But I always am interested. Can we take this? Yeah, thank you. But I'm always interested to just know, especially with articulate people who, articulate people anyway, what makes you think that the record had to have been in the can if I went on live with her?
I think I probably was the one that said I thought the record was done right after that. I said by the time we recorded, I was like, the record is done. Because that was probably like 2 or 3 days after when we recorded that y'all went on live. I said, the record is done by now, for sure. But it just seemed that way. It was like the live scene didn't seem like it was planned. Like you almost didn't even know how to add her at one point.
Okay, but Joe said he still thinks...
I think that you are more brand aware than that line leads to believe. I think you've carried yourself to be more conscious of not only your stardom, but your impact on other people's careers, especially new artists. So to see that and for it to come off as organic as y'all would have us believe, because then y'all went into telling us exactly how organic it was. And that is music industry 101 for me. So when I look at new artist Meg running around on promo with Kev, with Megastar U, with random Insta Live, of course you could understand how that looks.
How does that look?
It looks like y'all might have a record in the can already.
Okay, so let me go ahead and say it once again. I went on live to discuss the Megatron winners. While I was on my live, I started seeing a bunch of people telling me to go on live with this woman. And I'm like, what? Am I missing something here? And then Megan came on my live and started saying, oh my gosh, you don't know how to do it? Because I was like, I don't know. I don't see anything popping up. How do I do it? And then finally they explained it to me. And then I got on live with her. And then she said many things. I said many things. And then at one point in live, I said, okay, what's next on the agenda? What needs to be discussed? And she spoke about her song. I said, who's on the song? She said, Ty Dolla $ign. I said, okay. And she was like, yeah, and that's because, somebody was too busy. And she pointed at me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like basically hinting at the fact that she wanted me to get on this song and that she had maybe hit a booth and stuff like that. And I was like, that's not the case. I didn't hear about that. I don't know about that. And anyway, so then when we got off live, I spoke to Juicy J and the other person who wrote, I think, the hook with Ty Dolla $ign, Derek. And I said, you know what? Let me hear the song. And this was very late because it was LA time even for me, and it was already late by my time. So it had to be, by the time we got off live, it had to be like 2 o'clock in the morning. But when I heard the song, I loved the song, and I just wrote the song right then and there. Right then and there. The boy Derek was there. Juicy J was, back and forth with us on the phone. And then I was about to record it, and I said, you know what? Give me like 4 or 5 hours for my voice to stop sounding like a man. And then I just, recorded it. So that's exactly what happened. So explain to me, because it's great to have people that think like you, especially you, Joe, because you've been saying things like that about me for years and years and years. And even when I express the truth and say it verbatim over and over and over, he and other people like him will go on.
I don't think there are other people like me.
He and a couple other people will still go on their platform and say, Nicki's lying.
I don't think that's
and
fair.
it always gives the illusion that Nicki Minaj is so powerful that she must be lying. She secretly has a big castle and where she has a thing where she controls the world and it's like it's crazy because sometimes I wish that I were that person that they thought I was.
Well, you know the big castle.
Good point, Parks.
I mean, but
let's say we take your word as the truth, right?
Okay. Okay.
That video got turned around quickly. Explain it.
Explain it. Even after I said what I said, he is still interrogating me.
You asked me to.
Wait, but I think this is a real great conversation to do a case study on. Even after I've said over and over what really happened, he's still insinuating that there's no way because now there's a new reason.
Nicki Minaj is inserting words in my mouth. Prior to speaking to you, I went on my platform and said what I believe. Then I spoke to you and you said what happened. Then I come here and you say to explain why I think that. So that's what I did. I don't see how you could think somebody couldn't think that. I'm taking your word for it. People don't have the luxury of being able to reach out to you or speak to you and get it directly from the horse's mouth. No.
But what makes everyone else be able to give their side of the story and people are so ready to believe them because maybe they have more about you. In your opinion, maybe they have a low IQ. So it's easier for you to believe them. But what makes y'all, when y'all think a woman is intelligent or powerful, think that, no, this is calculated. She's trying to fool us. She's trying to trick us.
Oh, no. Wait, time out. Let me say it before you continue. You are personalizing that. I think that the music industry is calculated.
Yeah, I think rollouts are smoke and mirrors.
I think that the music industry makes its way on, like Rory just said, smoke and mirrors. Great that you've worked yourself to a position where that doesn't apply to you. But that is how the music industry runs.
Apply that to me often. What is the reason that me would have to say, I went and made up this story. There was this song already done. I wanted to promote it. So I pretended I didn't know how to go on live. And we already had the song done. And the video happened a week later. But that was such a quick turnaround that it actually must be that the song was done for a few weeks. And we decided a new way how to roll out a song, which is pretend you don't know how to be on live, then go on live, and then have the other person say, hey, get on my live. And then y'all both get on live and say, hey, friend. And
Hey, I would
Like,
just like to
it's
interject and
crazy.
say that we are in an age where all the artists try to do is come up with new ways to roll things out. You saying that like it's crazy, and that's what we look at every day.
But the reason why my fans don't like you and haven't liked you for years,
Which isn't fair.
you do not. Wait, hold on. You do not accuse everyone of that. So when you say everyone does this, you do not accuse every artist of making random shit up to put out a song or lying. And even when they explain themselves, still go on a platform and say, no, she's lying. They're lying.
Now, let me interject. If not said, it's certainly alluded to. I don't switch up. Just not too long ago, I said that Kevin Lowndes is running around with Meg Thee Stallion. I said, if
what that got to do with me lying about something that I just explained 3 times?
No, I'm talking about the music industry and how it's run. You keep personalizing it, saying I said something about you, and I'm just talking about the music industry. And that applies to not just you, but I've said that about pretty much all the people we've spoken about on my platform. I don't change the rules. I don't move the goalposts. That don't happen with me. That's why it's me.
Well, I love the record. It's a hit. It's out there.
Thank you.
But we all came on here and said
the other
positive
I think we
things.
all complimented it, and to the point, I don't think we used the word liar. I think we were complimenting the rollout and how effective it was.
She said
No.
that. I said that to her.
I don't think y'all understand. I'm not saying that y'all said anything in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that it's a great case study
Gotcha.
Okay.
because it happens often.
Yeah.
I'll give you something.
When I say something,
But you gotta understand why. You're
Why?
Nicki Minaj, and when you're at the top, people, and you don't give people a lot. Like, you don't sit down with a lot of people like that. So people like to formulate their own opinions, hoping that you respond because they want your attention. That happens a lot. Like, especially, and that just comes with being somebody that's in a position of power.
Is
Like,
it just specific to Nicki the way that she
it's
says it?
specific.
a lot of times it
it's
is.
specific to the top.
But so you went on your show and did a whole thing that you pulled out your ass about how the song Motorsport came about, even though I said several times how it came about. So if you want to talk about specific, I can sit up here and give you 5 specific moments.
Nikki,
so let's talk. Let's start with it. No, let's. I'm saying that when I say what the fuck it is, that's what the fuck it is. And when someone and my point is, when you say it's not specific to me, and there are many times when it's been specific to me, then that makes absolutely no sense. So another example is when I explained how Motorsport came about.
Mm-hmm.
And you were one of the people who, I believe, it might have been you and your sidekick Academics.
He's not my sidekick.
And y'all went on, and this was at a time where I wasn't addressing things.
But you're incorrect, by the way.
No, I'm gonna finish. You went on your platform and said she didn't know this other bitch was on the record. You said it.
I said
and you said it. No, I'm going to get to the other things that you said.
Here we go.
You said that. Now that is, again, implying that I'm lying. When I sat and said exactly how the song came about. That I was asked, and I still have the text messages, can this person be put on the song? And my response was, yeah, let's do it. That was my response.
Mm-hmm.
And you still went and said, and I think your sidekick, Alvin the Chipmunk, Academics, I'm not sure. Hold on. That was your sidekick.
That's your man.
That was your sidekick at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all went and told the world, Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj is lying. She didn't. So on one hand, Nicki Minaj is the all-powerful, all-knowing, all this, all that. Wait, hold on. But on the other hand, I'm not. But on the other hand, I'm that powerful that a whole record company could put a whole person on a record, clear the record, and I don't know who's on it.
No, I didn't never say that.
That's what you.
No.
Whoa.
I said more.
But let's deal with that. After we deal with that, we're gonna get to everything else you said. I want you to think about something. I'm this powerful. But you said, I didn't know another bitch was on the song, and then I got mad. But I'm the all-powerful Queen Bee, right? You really think somebody could put a song out with Onika Tanya Mirage,
No.
and I don't know who on the song?
No, I don't. Which is why I don't know why.
But that's what you said.
That's what I was making.
DJ Boo, do you remember when he said that among other things?
You asking your friends
DJ Boo.
doesn't answer anything.
No. Do y'all remember when he said that?
I'm right
Honestly,
here.
I never watched that show.
More than that. More. Relax.
I never did.
Relax.
I never did.
Oh, the one with his sidekick?
I never watched that
The
show.
one with his sidekick? Oh, okay.
Nick.
Go ahead. But don't talk out of it. Talk into it so that we can deal with it and move on.
No, because I see what you like to do.
Okay.
You like to corner people into a point when the point is much broader than that. Not just in this motorsport instance, but all Joe ever wants to do is use foresight and prophesize and guess, right?
The word is prophesy. And I don't give about foresight, foreskin. I just want to know why you said that.
Is a word, by the way.
You said it wasn't specific to me.
Smith, and that is a word. We can pull up dictionary.com.
You said many times that I lied, that I didn't know another bitch was on a song I was on.
Here's my question.
And now you want to address it.
Can I ask a question now? Was Nicki Minaj and Cardi B on the motorsport record directing bars at each other?
Nigga, what the fuck? You're not gonna change the subject. I'm asking you a fucking question.
It's the same subject.
No, the fuck it's not.
See, and that's where we go. So me and that.
Oh no, you used to dealing with stupid people, and you're not gonna outsmart me, sweetheart.
You can't talk and
Let's
listen.
answer that question.
You can't
Now
talk
you
and
gonna
listen.
change it to was we throwing bars at each other? What the fuck do that have to do with anything? I said I knew the bitch was on the song. You said she didn't know she was on the song.
Nigga, I don't believe that I said that. If you want to.
Oh my god.
I don't believe.
Wait, hold on. Let's go to a commercial.
If you ask me,
Play a song, boo. Play a song, boo. No, because now I know you're not okay. Now I know you're not okay. Play a song. I'll be back.
You know this.
Yeah. No, we're not about to do it.
But do you believe that Nicki Minaj at that point, this song that came out, Motorsport, do you believe that Nicki Minaj was aware that Cardi B was the girlfriend?
Okay, wait, hold on. Do you have a twin or a stunt double?
Wait, I stand by that.
Do you have a twin or a stunt double, my nigga? Do you have a twin or a stunt double? All you had to do was say, yes, you said it, and now because my thing
Your
is.
comprehension is better than this.
Excuse me?
Your comprehension is better than this.
My comprehension is better than this? You just heard yourself say something that you just said you didn't say.
Well, that started,
and my comprehension is better than
that
this?
clip started with me saying I believe that it was a trade, right? And a trade means an exchange. All right.
The question was asked to you, do you believe I knew she was on the song? And you said, no. So let's just talk about that part. That's all.
I keep trying to, and you won't.
No, because you trying to go somewhere else, and then you trying to go somewhere else, and I am not anybody else that you've had a discussion with. We gonna get to where we going.
Things with people. That's the part.
That's
confusing.
exactly because you don't like to acknowledge when you were wrong.
They say that too.
That's the problem. That's the problem. A man knows how to say, you know what, I might have said that, and at that time, maybe for whatever reason, and we can move on. But until you say that, we're not moving the fuck on because you sounding crazy. It's okay for you to get up there and make me sound crazy and say I'm on drugs, right? It was okay that was okay too, right? Let me say, you ain't say that because let me pull that up too.
Fam, check this out. This is what we're not about to do. We're not about to sit here and let you just continue without me being allowed to speak.
Go to a song so I can pull this up.
Thank you.
New York to Chi-Town.
Sam and Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around.
New York to Chi-Town.
Sam and Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around. Living with some people, I can die around. Living with the people, I'ma die around. Sam and Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around. Living with some people, I can die around. Living with the people, people I'ma die around. I still got hoop dreams, I got mood swings, I can do things. And I'm playing white tee and some blue jeans. Introducing my little boo thing. She gon' stick with thicker thin, that's a mood ring. Everybody eats, you just don't keep receipts. I'ma just press delete. Always in toes like beats. Give me some built-in cleats. You don't need help like Keats. You don't need help like me. Seeks, run on my back like beach. My be a fam like me. Steady keep growing like chi-chi-chi. Bringing my sin to the beach. Never sit in my seat. I cannot be impeached. Watch the bitch down with beach. Yeah, I stuck around. Oh, looky now. Sookie now. Got a Grammy, I ain't lying. Axe cookie now. Got my hoodie down. Get it goody now. Get into it now. 7 Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around. Living with some people, I can die around. Living with the people, I'ma die around. 7 Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around. Living with some people, I can die around. Living with the people, I'ma die around.
Give me vibe, it's a vibe. In the hood like drive-bys. I ain't talking waving hands when I'm in Dubai. With the people that I love, rap until I die. And I'm fly, when you fly, they give you the side eye. Ooh, I just hit the plug, about to buy a pound. Fendi on my moon, boots higher ground. Pistol on my lap when I ride around. People I could trust when I'm not around. Loco, I go loco. Took a auto, no Grammys full of gold though. You see how a true queen and a hoop dream made my pink print the routine. Treats, everybody eats. Most of them stay quiet, but everybody peeps. Stay up in some heat. Act like they don't follow, but everybody sheep. Back on my bullshit, shout out Chicago. Me and my man Griselda and Pablo.
7 Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around. Living with some people, I can die around. Living with the people, I'ma die around. 7 Gucci slide around. Legit on that jet, I can fly around. Living with some people, I can die around. Living with the people, I'ma die around. Back then I was broke, I can buy it now. Gotta be true love if I can die around. I'm on my 4th cup and I'm tired now. Your gas take 93 so you can't ride around. Name on way elite, get here in the car my seat. Like my pants no crease, gotta watch out for leech. No 2 fish over eat. Perky 1, 2, 3. New era has a deep. Fuck a bitch while she bleed. She name is like Lakeith. Drink my seed, yes indeed. Pop a chance, he elite. I got a bitch, she don't cheat. For a car, get on my way, I'm OC. I can't go back to DOC, even though I'm OD.
Whatever you say, Mrs. Majesty. Whatever you want, you can have. I want your love, just lead me on. Won't give it up, hey. 'Cause I'm a sucker for you.
Yo, I got the money and the power now. The G5 will get me out there in the hour now. The Mac moving like crack, I'm selling powder now. He came over like a room, hit them showers now. I got the trophies in the catalog. Just did a deal, Mercedes-Benz, check the catalog. I'm buying buildings, we don't buy the blog. The Nicki challenge when I fly to Prague.
'Cause I'm a sucker for you.
Who wanted with Nicki now? I smoke on like hippies now. They see me say yippee now. I'm running like Griffey now. They switching like sissies now. You niggas is iffy now. Bitches tones switching up. We take them to Jiffy now. I'm thicker than peanut butter. He nothing like Skippy now. He want me to be his wife. His missus like Sippy now.
Whatever you say, Mrs. Majesty. Whatever you want, you can have from me. I want your love, just lead me on. Won't give it up, hey. 'Cause I'm a sucker for you.
She invites me to the condo. White fees in Chicago. My sight piece, but she's also someone's wife, so tight. We spend is borrowed, but Tom moment right here. here, fuck tomorrow. It's moments like these are to die on. She's clear, all nice and easy as hair, but I'm bleaching your blonde, so we got that lightning in a bottle. She's tipsy, I'm sober, so she gets a chip on my shoulder. Sits on the sofa, I go flow with slick pics on. Throw some souls and this chip on. She goes all that old school hip hop is so fun. I think that shit's got pneumonia. I told the bitch, now just hold up. That's why rap needs a doctor. Our genre's no just hold up. It's time to check it. The strap with some tonsillitis, cause like what they swap you with when you throw your tip. That's why tribe is so vital. We need Q-tip for the culture. Beat it out. I'm a fucking featherweight. I used to medicate instead of get a fucking bellyache. And now I'm gonna step on the pedal. But when I ever break it, when we celebrate to a level that I can elevate. The minute with the pen, I make the motherfucking detonator. When I make an acapella weight, I gotta set a date with the devil and celebrate together. We can renovate and redevelop hella weights, and I'm gonna get a special place. Now, take a ride with me, hop in my time machine. I'll take the driver's seat as I burst into hyperspeed like I'm a meteorite and
Joe, did Joe leave? Did we scare him out of the building, guys? He went to the bathroom? Okay. Damn, Joe, we just having fun. Why you gotta... You see what I'm saying?
No, but it's interesting though.
But you see what I'm saying? When people hear my voice, it often sounds like I'm angry, but I'm not.
We're New Yorkers.
Yeah.
You're not
Okay.
New York, that's how New York is.
Oh, guess who's back? Guess who's back? He had to smoke a bigger rat. Okay.
I wish people knew I'm most comfortable in the most uncomfortable predicament.
And so am I.
And
so am I.
Trust me,
And so am I. And what the fuck you won't do? What the fuck you won't do?
Did that ever come?
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's fine.
What the fuck you won't do is disrespect me like I'm stupid. Because you know how intelligent and powerful I am, like you said, right? I'm so powerful, right, Joe?
Or because my mother raised me properly.
Oh, so your mother raised you to accuse people of being on drugs when you've never met them a day in your life?
I've never met you.
When the last time you saw me?
Have I never met you is what I asked you.
When was the last time you saw me?
Is what I asked you.
When we was recording in Web Studio?
Oh, what do you know? I met you. Holy shit.
Oh, so your mother trained you to accuse people of being on a drug after you met them one time and never saw them for 10 more years? Oh, after the BT cipher.
You haven't been on drugs.
That's what your mother raised you to do?
Okay.
That's what your mother raised you to do?
Nick.
That's what your mother raised you to do? Your mother raised you. Your mother raised taste of your own motherfucking medicine, motherfucker. You like talking about people and not having nobody responding. You like tearing down people's character when they can't respond. And you like tearing down women when they can't defend themselves. You like tearing down women when you can try to end their career because low key you jealous of their success. Right? Right? Boom. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care.
Can I respond?
No, we on to the next.
God damn it.
We on to the next.
Well, what's the next?
The next is whatever you want to talk about. Thank you for being here. By the way. What's up?
What's up? The new record.
Mal killing the interview.
New record.
Oh, thank you.
This is great.
I appreciate you guys.
Is it?
What you pulling up now, Nick?
Oh no, I was just reading a text message.
Oh.
But go ahead, guys. But go ahead, Joe. All of you guys. It's the ball is in your court.
Joe don't want the ball. You called me to be here.
The ball is on your. The ball's in your court.
Call me, fam. I don't know what you.
Don't call me fam. That's just how I know that you mad, fam. Fuck out of here, fam. Fuck out of here, fam. Fuck out of here, fam.
Saying what it is.
Okay, so now I said.
Talk about after you called me to come talk to you, my nigga. What are you talking about? I don't want to talk about shit. I'm chilling.
I want to talk.
Oh, God.
Yeah, talk to these niggas.
When the album coming?
See? defeat. This is the face of defeat.
No.
This is the face of defeat. This is the face of defeat. This is the face of defeat.
And this is why
ahead.
you're living like this bubble.
Go ahead.
Are you still cool with Sycamore?
I am, but I haven't seen him in a long time. But yeah, I love him to death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing big shit. Travis. I just wonder when the new album coming.
Well, very, very, very soon, but I don't want to say when. But I am excited about having a dope executive producer on this album, which I thought I was going to share with the people last Queen Radio, and we decided not to. So we decided to wait a little bit, keep it more of a secret.
About who's executive producing it?
Yes.
You can't tell us in secret?
No.
Off air?
No.
You can't give us like a harmony or something he may have worked on?
Nope.
You still think you need to put out singles?
I don't know. I feel like, you know, in the beginning, every time I would do an album, I would do freestyles, I would do features. To me, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's always a matter of if people want you or not. And you create that with whatever your thing is, you know, however you create that.
Mm-hmm.
And from even before my first album dropped, that's how I was creating that. A lot of things that I did with like major artists, people didn't know, like I did it before I even dropped the first album.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whether it's your own personal single or a feature on someone else's single, it's still the same concept.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying, should you create a buzz or should you just drop an album? I think that you should do whatever you feel at the time as an artist, because I kind of feel like you can see and feel what the culture is calling for at that time.
I think I mean more you going into a studio and saying, I need to make a hit today that will be a single.
Oh, no.
You just create.
I'm creating an album. I think I'm looking at it different, like, and that's how I did my first album. Like, I never knew I was so new into this. When I dropped Pink Friday, I never knew what song would be a single.
Mm.
Like, I had no concept of single or hit. Had no concept of a billboard or a chart or nothing. I just went into a studio and created music, and I created an album that I felt was a hit.
But now you create differently.
No, now that's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, you're doing that now? Okay.
Yep.
Got you. Okay.
Right.
Nigga, I've been checked out of this shit.
Why you checked out, Joe?
You're not talking about nothing.
You know what, Joe? I never realized how childish you were until today.
Nick, don't over.
How you gonna say I ain't talking about nothing just because you got caught in a couple lies?
You're not saying
I need you to rise above
and
today.
I
need you to rise above. I need you to rise above and speak truth. Speak truth first.
I asked you a direct question.
If you know what? If you asked me something where you thought I had lied or public about something about you, and it turned out to not be true, I would say, damn, if I did that, even unknowingly, I apologize. Mm-hmm. Because I'm on a platform that can really hurt your image, and I lied about you several times, and it's a proven lie. So I would say, you know what, whoever it is, whether it was you or anybody, mm-hmm. out of respect, I apologize.
Huh?
Well, since he's maybe not speaking, I'll say to the drug use thing, on some of your personal records, you've made reference to a few of those.
Hasn't.
No, I'm not.
And this is not even with one that you do or don't. It doesn't matter if you do or you don't do drugs. It's a matter of certain people being called out about it.
It's littered with it. Who gives a fuck what she popped? But don't sit there and say you ain't popped a fucking pill.
I never said that.
An apple.
I never said that, you dumb fuck. I never said that, you dumb fuck.
Don't do that.
Nigga, are you that fucking dumb? Are you that fucking dumb? You ain't hear what the fuck I said?
You asked
Cut his fucking mic. Since he wanna be fucking dumb. Now you wanna be fucking dumb, nigga. Now you wanna be fucking dumb. Stupid ass.
Damn, I didn't want to go that way.
Yeah,
fuck is wrong with you? Anybody playing back. Did I say that?
No. Say what exactly? Everyone was yelling.
Fuck wrong with you?
Everyone was yelling.
Exactly. I've never said that in my life.
Got you.
So what the fuck is this nigga talking about? He think that he's supposed to think he's my person in the fucking room.
Okay.
And not allowing people to speak, and then when you find that you're wrong about some shit, not saying, damn, I was wrong. Maybe I did the most. Maybe I, jumped that way. Maybe I did cause people to think or say negative things about you. Maybe I did things that were proven wrong. Yeah, I just gave you 2 examples where you said something that was not true about me, and you still running with it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I agree. Like I said, I never saw that show, so I didn't know what you.
But do you think it's been malicious and specific to you?
Yes, it's been malicious and specific to me because he and I were up under the same people when we were coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So when Webb was running around trying to make Joe Budden's biggest fab,
Of course.
I was there too. He was also trying to get me a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Budden's, of course, took off, way before me.
Right.
And because of that, he's, to me, because I never did anything to him. I've never said anything bad about him, anything. It's always been these little attacks. So it makes me think, oh, you probably jealous. You're probably jealous that me and you were under the same umbrella at that time, and everybody you was telling him at that time, you about to be the next Hove. Everybody was saying that to him. I see somebody who, didn't have a name like me at the time become successful. I think that's why it was all these jabs for years and years and years and years. I never knew why. It was always a fucking issue. And it wasn't just the type of thing where you say something about someone, something that may have been a joke. It was things,
serious shit.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
It was things that really, it's like you were trying to hurt me as a human being. I'm a human being before all of this shit.
I thought that y'all communicated away from, platforms personally on the phone.
Yeah, I was under the impression y'all were a
shit.
little bit closer than
No.
us walking in here today. It's not what I expected.
What the fuck just happened?
No, the problem is that I actually don't have an issue with him now, but I don't like when people catch themselves where they can clearly see that they lied and they won't just say, damn, I didn't recall saying that, but now that I see it, I did play myself, or I did say things that weren't true about you.
But you know Joe's history. He never sees his wrong.
I didn't know that. I don't watch his shows. I know that he has a big mouth, and my thing is, if you are faced with something and it's dead in your face, and you're an intelligent man, own it. That's it.
I got you.
What's the problem?
Do you remember when y'all did the cipher?
Yes.
Do you remember when he asked
Mo was in that cipher, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait, did you
he
what?
asked you for the cigarette back after your cigarette line.
Yeah.
When he asked for it back, he wanted the cigarette back. I fuck with him all the time. You had your hand out while she was still rapping, asking for the cigarette back.
I think he probably was jealous of that cipher too, probably because he's, this big lyrical rapper, and here comes a little new female that, because of my information, I was the most talked about cipher, and I was mad about that. When it comes to emotional men and their hate for powerful or strong women, you never know how deep it runs, and that's the problem. It can run.
You think that's Joe's case?
It can run a lot deeper than you think.
I don't know.
I always used to look at him and think to myself, Jesus, this man is so bitter.
Everybody, that's like the consensus on that he's bitter.
He see, and for you to exude that out of your spirit, just bitter.
See,
Hold on. Before you do that, when we were talking, I don't know if it was on air or off air, when you were saying that, people take you yelling as some anger or that type of shit. We New Yorkers, I think Joe is similar in that case where he will be yelling and it may come off that way, but it's not that case at all.
But I don't mind yelling because I can take yelling. Even if Joe wants to yell back at me and cuss me out, I can take that. But I just want ownership. If you said something and we prove, hey, because he said, I didn't say that. I said, okay, wait, give me a second. Let me come back. You did say it. And he still won't acknowledge it. Like, it's right there. It's your face. It's your voice.
Right.
Unless you have a twin or a stunt double or an alien lookalike.
Mm-hmm.
You said it. What's the big deal?
He does look like Carlos Boozer, but that's what you know that.
I didn't realize that, like, for instance, Fendi and I, Fendi played a big part in my career.
Absolutely.
And there were a lot of things that he felt that I did wrong and I felt that vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got on the show together, he and I both admitted some things that we may have done wrong. So I brought Joe here thinking that it would be the same thing with him. But I didn't know his ego is that out of control that he thinks that he can't ever acknowledge that he may have been wrong.
Well, I'd like for us to try it again and hear both sides.
You know damn well.
No. I don't want y'all to try again.
No, we are not trying it again. And by the way,
come back and do Kumbaya. and address those things in a different manner.
My thing is this. Even right now, I have no issue with Joe. I do not want my
I
fans.
can tell you don't.
I don't.
He's here now and y'all face to face. So now it's everything that you've been listening to over a period of time. You just want to bring up and have a discussion face to face. Like, I don't think you have an issue with Joe.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
But people have to take ownership, especially when they are a part of this culture and they say things and it gets carried. You can say one thing and it goes to 50 different outlets, and then that goes to 50 million people, and that goes to 50 countries, and you have to be careful. Like, how are you okay?
Because they call me a bar on the show all the time.
Mom was a bar.
Hey, Mom.
No, but it's just that because I told to the guys, I didn't understand when the industry all of a sudden, it seemed like there was this turn on Nicki, where it was like people wasn't fucking with you like that, or people had something to say about you negative. Like, when did that happen? Like, what do you think was the cause of that?
Well, one of the people who led that movement was Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm.
He teamed up with an ex of mine who knew he needed to hang on to me to get attention.
Okay.
He went over there and said many, many lies about me, and I couldn't say anything because I was in a relationship at that time,
Gotcha.
and I couldn't address that ex.
Mm-hmm.
That, like I wanted to. I wanted to be able to really defend myself. There was so many lies being said. But this is how that ex, this is the only way he could stay afloat, is by speaking on me.
Mm-hmm.
And there were powerful men in this industry who, whether they were getting a check, who whether they were just getting a pat on the back for it, thought, hey, it's time to get Nicki out of here. For whatever reason. And you got to ask them.
Do you think people are just more opportunists rather than malicious towards you?
No, there's a few people that
I think some
malicious.
people
There's a few people that absolutely were extremely purposely malicious.
I agree. I think that's the truth. But I just didn't know. I wanted to know when, because they'll tell you when we was on the show. I'm like, yo, why do people think that Nicki doesn't like this new person? I'm like, when she came out, all she ever did was show love and pay homage to the females. So I didn't know when it became like, oh yeah, Nicki hating, she don't like this person. I'm like, but why are people saying that? Because I don't dig into everything on the internet, so I may have missed something. Mm-hmm. So I usually lean on these two to kind of like bring me up to date on what's going on. Like, yo,
one of the people who painted that narrative was Fendi. See, everybody who I cut out of my everybody who I cut out of my life, they went on different outlets to try to hurt my image and character.
Okay.
So one of the people who did that was Fendi. The other person was my ex, who thought he was gonna have a rap career, and so Charlemagne fed into that because for whatever reason at the time there was another female rapper that everybody was pushing and hoping that if she put out a diss, once she put out a diss record on me, Nicki Minaj would disappear. And when they saw that didn't happen, then they put that energy into someone else. It's never been about them liking another female rapper. It's just about them wanting to see, do I have enough power to get Nicki Minaj out of here?
But why?
I know you keep on asking why, but we don't know why.
Okay.
But
only Jesus Christ will know why. And let me tell you what else. Not only is God the only person that's going to know why, God is the only person who's going to give everybody what they deserve for it. Because when you go home at night and you close that door, you turn that light off, let me tell you, it's just it's you and God. It's you and God. So I would pray. I would pray that y'all repent. All the people that went out y'all way to hurt me for no fucking reason, I hope and pray that you right with God. Because let me tell you something, it will come back 1 billion times worse. And that's not a threat. That's a fucking fact. If you go, I respect you for keep on saying why.
I just think because I think that it's so much.
There is no answer.
Right, but I just the reason why I didn't understand it was because, like I said, from the time that because I'm from New York, so I've been following you since DVD days, and my thing was I always said Nicki always showed love to the female rappers. So when this happened, it was like it just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, did I miss something? Did she say something about somebody that I don't know? But it was like, it just seemed like there was this turn where it was like everybody had something bad to say about Nick, or she's hating on these other rappers, and I'm just like, I didn't see it. So they killed me for it. Like, oh yeah, you a barb. And I'm like, no, I don't understand how these
You
things
don't
work.
see it because you're not easily manipulated. And the general public, now that we have social media, is easily manipulated and swayed. You can tell them, hey, suck my dick and you'll get $1 billion. I'll have a lot of people ready to suck my dick for $1 billion if that's the narrative we push. You understand what I'm saying? Anything a few people say, and if they have a platform to push it, that's what, social media, they no longer have a mind of their own. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So they almost start purposely deleting actual memories in their brain about a person. Like, are you kidding me? Right now, Trina's saying that I didn't do enough to push her song Baps.
What's not really your...
But that doesn't fall on you.
Like, what the fuck?
That doesn't fall on you.
All right, let me ask this. Because, of course, you're a human being. We're all human. We care about what people think about our character. Liar, of course, is a really strong word. At what point do you just not care about the opinions of people that you don't particularly care for to begin with?
When you no longer are a human being.
Okay.
So people like you, people think that when you are rich and famous,
I don't think that.
no, hold on. I've had people say, you're rich and famous. Why should you care?
Certainly not what I'm getting.
When you are a human being and people are lying on you or people who you helped continue to speak badly of you and be ungrateful until you are no longer a human being, you will always care.
Sure. Definitely more with the people that you helped. I'm saying more general public social media shit.
Well, the people that I helped are the ones that start the narrative.
Okay.
So that's the problem.
I feel you.
And I can say so much that I don't. But I will say that I'm not addressing men anymore. My husband will address y'all. Y'all address my husband if y'all got an issue with me, because he's dying to want to address y'all. He wants that role. That's his role. I'm not addressing you men that have a bone to pick with me, but just know that niggas will see you face to fucking face. And shout out to the ghostwriters. If you a ghostwriter and you writing lyrics about me, niggas will see you.
That's a super fact.
That's a whole fucking fact. That's a whole fucking fact. That's a whole fucking fact.
I'm laughing because I know what you're talking about.
That's a whole fucking fact.
I know what you're talking about.
Yo, let's play a song real quick. Play Hot Girl Summer.
For real.
Hot Barbie Summer.
Juicy say look.
Hot Barbie Summer.
Juicy say look. This is five-star thing. She a big old freak. It's a must that I hate. It's a hot girl.
Hot Barbie Summer.
What Juicy say look.
Don't run from me, pretty.
Real ass nigga give a fuck how bitch. It is what it is. It's a five-star thing. She a big old freak. It's a must that I hate. It's a hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. No, she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. Yeah. No, she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit.
Look, handle me? Who gon' handle me? Thinking he's a player, he's a member on the team. He put in all that work, he wanna be the MVP. I told him ain't no taming me, I love my niggas equally. Fucking 9 to 5 niggas with that superstar beat. Fuck a superstar nigga, now I got him falling. I called Jake to get that nigga, I told him call, don't send no text. And don't you tell him you with me when they be asking where you at. I can't read your mind, gotta say that shit. Should I take your love, should I take that dick? Got a whole lot of options, cause you know a bitch coming. I'm a high girl, so you know the shit's coming.
Real ass nigga give a fuck about bitch. It is what it is, this is five-star bitch. She a big old freak, it's a must that I hate. It's a hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. No, she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. Yeah. No, she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit.
Who a how to be? Who got a lot of D? Who poppin' like a P when he be hopping off the beat? And who gon' tell him that my bitch is getting hot degree? And when we say it's hot for summer, we ain't talking about degrees. Who gon' follow me? Like who don't follow me? Cause even in your new bitch, I